Hello everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is my savings challenges update for August 2025. So don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So I've got my savings challenge binder here and my penny savings challenge because this doesn't go in here, this isn't a separate thing. So I'm going to start off with my penny savings challenge. Now actually, I did, if you've not seen it, a couple of days ago I uploaded my sinking funds update video for August and I said that my sinking funds weren't going very well, but actually my savings challenges are going much better than I thought they were, and actually then the balance of the two is not quite as bad as it seems. So this is my penny saving challenge. This is a very simple concept. If you've not heard of it before, you save a penny each day and it kind of increases. So day 1 of the year it's a penny, day 365 it's £3.65. So you can either do it in order, or as you can see from mine, I'm just doing it at random when I have the change and where it goes. So am I on track for this? No, actually I'm not, actually, if you look at this, and all of the smaller numbers are gone already. Some of the bigger numbers are, but lots of the bigger numbers are left. However, I'm actually okay with how this is looking so far. As you'll see in a second with my other challenges, I don't always tend to get a lot of change. So although I use the cash envelope system and I use it all the time, and I use it for both my normal everyday spending and my sinking funds and the saving challenges, I actually don't tend to get a lot of smaller change because I tend to use it up during the week and then I empty my purse like at the end of the week ready for the next week, if that makes any sense. So actually sometimes I don't really have that much to put in here, and the easier ones to do with the lower numbers. I've done the big ones, the ones at the end, but there's lots to do in between that, but I'm okay with that so far. I think that's looking okay to begin with. Will I get this done? I don't know. I guess it depends on how the other challenges are going as to whether I have any more spare to put in this, but at the moment I'm not sure. We'll continue. In fact, I'm probably going to say that for all of them, is that I guess it's a wait and see, but I'm okay with how this looks for now. It's a slow process, and obviously it's not meant to be finished till the end of the year and there's still plenty of the year to go, so we'll just see. But that's how that's looking so far, and this is obviously available as a digital download if you want to join me. It is never too late to start any of these. I'll leave links below to where you can get these. So that's my penny savings challenge one. The next thing to go through is my savings challenge binder. Now this is looking a lot better than last time I did an update video for this, which was a couple of months ago I think now. But I have really focused on this. I guess actually focused a bit more on savings challenge rather than the sinking funds, because these are just what's left over and I have really focused on not spending money and putting it into these. So, and again, all of these are on Etsy. So the first one to talk about, and this is so heavy now, is I have completed my £1 coin challenge. And they are all there. So literally every time I got a £1 coin in my change, and this is the reason why I guess that none of them have gone in the penny saving challenge, is because they're all in here. Every time I got a £1 coin in my change, I was like, right, I put it in a little separate part of my purse and didn't spend it so that it could go in this, and really focused on getting that full, and it is. So there are £50 coins in there, and I could actually, these just wipe, the purple would just wipe off this challenge and I could start it again. However, for now, I'm going to leave that in there, and I've completed this one. So I'm really happy with that, as a starting point. I don't think I've ever completed the £1 coin challenge before. And when I did the update in June, I think I'd done the first 5. But for July and August, I have very much concentrated on every time I've got a £1, it's going to go in this. And yeah, so that's that one. And the second one that is also much more is the £2 coin challenge. So again, because I've not put anything in the penny saving challenge, the main reason why is that for the most part, they've gone into these. So again, I think did I have 7 last time I filmed this? And now you can see I've got quite a few more there. And obviously this adds up to £100 if I get this full. I don't tend to get as many £2 coins as £1 coins, however, and this did leave me short actually, but anyway, I paid for something with a £10 note not so long ago, and it wasn't very much, and I got 4 £2 coins in my change. And part of me was like, oh yes, I've got 4 to put in my £2 coin challenge. And then another part of me is like, yeah, but that's £8 that's now no longer in your weekly budget, and where are you going to find that from? So there are pros and cons to that, but I don't tend to get £2 coins as often as pound coins. That being said, I am over halfway now just in this, which is absolutely amazing. And again, this gets quite heavy, so the pound coin envelope particularly is heavy because there's loads of coins in that. It will be the same for this one if I ever get it full. So the 5 Friday challenge. I have raved about this challenge since I started this, and then actually since April I've never actually been on time. As in, I've never quite got it up to date, and I don't really know why that is. There used to be a cash point in town that gave out fivers, and now it doesn't, and I don't know if that's not helping. But I'm up to the end of July with this one, so they're bare luck. I've got all of August to do. And again, I just have got behind on that. I've got out of the routine a bit in the holidays because I haven't been checking my spending. I haven't been keeping on track of that. We've just had, like I said in the sinking funds video, we've just had fun this summer, and I think it's really important. You know, my kids aren't going to be young forever, and there'll be a time, probably not too soon really, where they won't want to spend all their time with me because they want to be with their friends. And I'm okay with that, but that does mean that I am behind in this. However, I still really love this challenge for the simplicity of it, and if I was more organised I would be. I'm hoping by kind of the end of September I'll be back on track and back in my routine of that, because there's no reason at this point why I shouldn't be. And then the final one for this, and this is the one that I've talked about multiple times, and people have suggested, why don't you condense the little numbers and do some of the big numbers? But either way, I'm still saving the same amount of money, and actually I don't know if having less things ticked off would be even more demoralising. But I've got this one, the 52-week challenge. This was always going to be the tricky one. I've never ever yet completed this in the however many years I've done this for, purely because if you actually complete this, you save £1,378. The chances of me saving that in cash after everything else is fairly slim. So if you're new here, I tend to do, so my savings challenges are done with leftovers from my weekly budget. And so £1, the £2, the penny savings, yes. These big numbers, probably not. But like I might do where I save it for 2 weeks and then I might get a bigger number or whatever as we move forward. The chances of me completing this as a whole is probably, especially at this stage in the year, really slim. However, I'm going to keep going with it. The money is there. See, there's pound coins in this one too. But luckily I don't need to save any more pound coins in the other one. So, you know, I am plodding along with this one. We will see where this takes me. And again, still the overall aim for all of these savings challenges, and I said this at the start when I first started these at the beginning of the year, my aim for all of these, and it is something that I keep in mind when I'm going, oh my gosh, I haven't got any money left forever. I would like to take my boys back to Disneyland. I'd like to take them in October so they get to go for Halloween. And hopefully, I mean, we'll still see how this goes. I've still got 4 months of the year left to go. It is on me to get the money in these or not, but the cost of living and all that is interesting at the moment. But the aim is still for that, to go towards that if I can make it there. Because if I do all of these savings challenges, it adds up to well over £2,000, and so that would be a massive chunk towards that holiday. So that is what my savings challenges update is looking like at the moment. Like I say, I finished the £1 one in total. £2 coin one is just whether I get them in change or not. I feel actually sometimes the most likely place to get them is in the self-service checkouts in Sainsbury's. I use those quite a lot because that's where you can use change, and I tend to get them in there. But we'll see. But that's what my savings challenges is looking like at the end of August, the 8 months of the year. So we're 2/3 of the way through. Am I on track for most of them? Probably not. However, we're still going to keep going and we'll see where the year ends up. So how are you getting on with your savings challenges? How are you doing? Are you doing the same ones as me? Which ones are you doing? Let me know down in the comments how you're getting on. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon.